Chapter 5 Flames in the Mist. The water grew shallower again. Then they were on dry land. The ninjas lowered Jack and Annie to the ground. "Thanks," said Annie. "Thanks," said Jack. "Squeak," said the mouse. The ninjas said nothing, but they looked around. Jack looked around too. The full moon was rising in the sky. Black rocks dotted the side of the mountain. Then the ninjas started moving. They went silently up the slope between the rocks. Jack and Annie followed them. He wasn't afraid of the ninjas now. In fact, he was starting to like them. Maybe they could really help find Morgan. The ninjas moved silently, but Jack and Annie made plenty of noise. They panted as they climbed the rocky hillside. Their wet sneakers made squishy sound. Suddenly the ninjas froze. Jack could see their eyes started around. Voices were coming from the valley below. Jack saw torches flaming in the mist. The ninjas started moving faster. Jack and Annie hurried after them. "Who's carrying the torches?" Annie asked. Jack was too out of breath to speak. He also didn't have an answer. They came to a pine forest. Night birds called out. Wind rattled the branches. Ninjas moved like ghosts through the forest. They appeared and disappeared through the moonlight as shadows. Jack and Annie struggled to keep them up. Finally, the ninjas came to a stop. One ninja held up his hand as if to say, "Wait." Then they both stepped away into the shadows of the tree. "And they're gone." "Where did they go?" said Annie. "I don't know," said Jack. "Maybe the book can tell us." He pulled out the ninja book out of his pack. He turned the page until they came to a picture of a cave. The light of a moonlight, he read. By the light of the moonlight, he read, "Sometimes ninjas held meeting in the hidden mountain caves to plan secret missions." "Oh man," said Jack. "I bet they went inside the unhidden cave." He pulled out his notebook and pencil. He wrote, "Meetings in hidden caves." Jack turned to a page. He stared at a picture of ninjas sitting on a mat. He read, "Ninjas took orders of a ninja master. The master was a mysterious, wise person who knows many secrets of nature." "Wow," whispered Jack. Just then, the two ninjas returned. Jack quickly put his books away. The short ninjas motioned for Jack and Annie to follow. In the shadows was the entrance of the dark cave. "What's in there?" Annie whispered to Jack. "The ninja masters," Jack whispered back. Chapter 6 Shadow Warriors. Jack and Annie went into the cave. They followed the ninjas through the darkness. The back of the cave was lit dozens of candles. Shadows danced on the wall. In the flickering lights, Jack saw a dark figurine sitting on a moving mat, the ninja master. The ninja bowed to the master. Then he stepped to the one side. The master stared at Jack and Annie. Sit, he said. Jack and Annie sat on the cold, hard floor. Squeak! The mouse poked its head out of Annie's pouch. "It's okay, Peanut," said Annie. The master stared at the mouse for a moment. Then he looked at Jack. "Who are you?" he asked. "I'm Jack, and that's my sister, Annie," Jack answered. "Where do you come from?" said the master. The master asked. "The Frog Creek, Pennsylvania." And he answered, "Why are you here?" He said, "We're trying to help our friend Morgan Le Fay," said Jack. "She left us a message." Annie pointed to the short ninja. "We gave the message to him." "You mean you gave the message to her?" said the ninja master. "She has given it to me." "She?" said Jack and Annie together. Women ninjas' eyes sparkled. Jack thought she might be smiling. And the master held up Morgan's note. "Perhaps I can help you," he said. "But first, you must prove yourself worthy of my help." Just then the tall ninja appeared. He made a sign to the master. The master looked up. He handed Morgan the note to Annie. "Morgan, we have to go on now. The Surami are close." "The Surami," said Jack. He knew that the Surami was fierce Japanese fighters. "Were they the ones in the valley?" asked Jack. "The ones with the torches?" "Yes, our family is at the war with them," said Jack, the master. "We must leave before they find us." "But what about having Morgan?" said Annie. The master strapped his sword. "I have no time now," he said. "I must go." "You can't go. Can we go with you?" said Annie. "No, there's no place for you where we are going. You must find your way back to your house in the trees." "Alone?" said Jack. "Yes, you must go alone. Beware of the Surami." "Why?" said Jack. "They'll think you are one of us," said the master. "They will ask you no questions. They will show you no mercy." "Yikes," whispered Annie. "You have seen the way of the ninjas. You can practice it yourself now," said the master. "How?" said Jack. "Remember 3 things," said the master. "What?" said Jack. Use nature, be nature, follow nature." "How can I do that?" Annie said. Jack looked at her. "You can," he said. The master turned to Jack. "Your tree house lies to the east. That is the way you must go," he said. "How?" wondered Jack. "How do we find the east?" Before he could ask, the master bowed. Then he disappeared into the shadows. The 2 ninjas led Jack and Annie out of the cave into the moonlight. The tall one pointed to the pine forest. Then they disappeared into the darkness. Jack and Annie were all alone.